DJs BrewTube beer review. It's time to dive into yet another beer from Goose Island Beer Company, also known as AB InBev, out of Chicago, Illinois, USA. Yay, yay! And what beer do we have from them today? We have a new beer. That's right, we have their Bourbon County Brand Wheatwine. As the name suggests, this wheat wine is a limited serving. It clocks in at 15.4 ABV and 60 IBUs. Now, for ingredients in this beer, they're using Pilgrim hops. That's it. Just Pilgrim. And for malt, they're using two-row and white wheat. That's it. 3 simple ingredients. Well, we got water and hops in there, but besides the water and hops, another ingredient, at least in my opinion, this ingredient, is the bourbon barrel aging that they've done for this in 4-plus-year-old Heaven Hill Bourbon barrels, like the Bourbon County Brand Stout this year. So you know what? This is the first time they've put out a variant since they did their, I guess, King Henry back in the day, and then they called it their Bourbon County Barleywine. So you know what? Time to stop flapping my gums, pop the top on this bad boy, get it in my Bourbon County Brand snifter, and tell you what's up with Bourbon County Brand Wheatwine. Hell yes! Boom, gigantic kiss off the top. Tons of cannabis smoke rising to the occasion, along with our obsessively collectible Goose Island Crown. Man, I can smell the bourbon kicking from here. Trust me, I have totally earned this beer today. You know what's up. We get the workout in first. We clocked out 2 hours today. Hell yes. And we got a snifter with, you know what, a 16-ouncer here. We can pour it deep. So let's talk about the appearance. It's a gorgeous caramel, sort of garnety kind of color. It had about a one finger head that's quickly faded. This is a pretty high alcohol beer, 15.4%, so I didn't expect it to stay that long, but damn, the alcohol is just clawing down the inside of this glass, coating it, super sticky coating it. But man, look at that. Lovely caramel colored beauty in the glass. It may look darker to you, but trust me, it's a caramel garnety sort of color. Garnety, is that a word? Well, I guess it is now on DJs BrewTube. You know what? It's pretty, but it's got to smell good too, so let's dive in for that. Aroma! Woo, big bourbon up in your face. Caramel, vanilla, a bit of burnt brown sugar, tons of raisiny aroma. Rum-soaked raisins, or bourbon-soaked raisins, that is. Some bready malt in the background. Touch of hop in the background. A little bit floral and earthy. Got a little bit of tannic notes in the aroma as well. Tons and tons of vanilla. A little bit of char. A mild milk chocolatey or maybe white chocolatey kind of aroma. And you got a boozy waft, but it's not a phenolic boozy waft. It's more of a spirit boozy waft. So you know what? This smells freaking delicious. Let's dive in. Cheers! Nice. Nice, full, slick coating body for a wheat wine. I've had about probably, I don't know, 20, 25 different variants of wheat wines at this point in my beer reviewing career. There's not a whole lot of them made. One of my favorites, of course, white chocolate. And also Smutty Nose. They don't always have it, but they made a really nice wheat wine back in the day. But, you know, that said, this has a lot of the characters of the sweet wheat malt base. Big caramel. If you think of almost kind of like a, you know, I guess a really big Doppelweizen. That's kind of like what a wheat wine is. In some ways, just using the ale yeast, so it's got that thicker, heavier, more coating feel on your palate. Bourbon is large and in charge on this one. Tons of vanilla, tons of barrel character, a good bit of char, but sweet bourbon from front to back. As it invades your palate more, it's really not boozy at all. I'm not kidding, warming in the chest, which is crazy for a 15.4%er. It doesn't have as dry of a finish as Bourbon County Brand Stout did. It's got a dry finish, but not crazy. It's not as big and gloopy a beer as, say, maybe white chocolate is. And it doesn't have that, like, you know, big, super huge presence as that beer does. But, man, this is well made. It comes off, if you didn't know it was a wheat wine, you'd probably think it was a barley wine, because to me it's coming off that some way, and, you know, when I'm drinking it. And I'm also getting some fruity esters from the yeast as well. Some nice vanilla tobacco-y notes. You see I'm like kind of crushing this down. This is really scarily easy to drink for 15.4%. You got to back up off of this one because it'll crush you down. And I'm going to do that right now. Not really like tons of layers of flavor, but really, really well made, I think. Well put together. And it's been barrel aged with care. So, That's it. Let's grade it. At time recording, Beer Advocate has no grade. It's not even registered on their site. However, of course, it's on Untappd, and they're giving this, what, 4.1 out of 5 caps. So that's definitely the high A level. Let me take one more sip. Not because I have to, because I want to, and then we'll pass a grade. I'm digging the flavor of that. I don't know if I'd go A+. I think it could use some time in the bottle. The flavors, I think, would meld more. You'd get some more yeast esters in that over time, and I think I like when wheat wines age. In my experience, that's telling me they all pretty much, they got enough ABV to them. They age well. I'm gonna go 97. Nice sticky caramel. Not a very super complex beer. Super well made. I'm gonna give it a real high A, 97. So, have you had Bourbon County Brand Wheatwine? If you have, let me know what you know, because I like to quid pro quo and the back and forth. Ooh, you know what I also really like is when you think locally, drink locally, and support the craft beer movement. And it is exceedingly cool when you do me a big favor and rate, comment, subscribe, especially if this is your first time with us. And if you can get around to it, help us put those Google metrics up into the stratosphere. And you know what you got to do. You got to get around to it and smash that like button, because that, along with one bottle at 15.4% is all I'm going to need. Bourbon County Brand wheat wine to put my big ass happy face on. So the next DJs BrewTube, I got nothing but a bunch of, I guess this is BCBW, drinking with love for you. And you know what's coming for you by now. Hell yes, that's right. A big ass peace out.